Hello everyone. Today's video is kind of fun. We're going to talk about the Jetta and what my plans are. Like you guys have seen for the last few weeks, we took the engine out, that's gone, and we started painting it, which is over there, and we started assembling it. We're starting to do all the basics of basically getting the engine back where it needs to be up and running. But now comes kind of the fun part. Like, what is the creative goal of this? Like, once the engine's in, like, it runs, it's perfect, it's great. It's not gonna be perfect, but you know what I mean. So I've been talking to like my friends, Led, Ian, Lauren, all of those about what potential, like what we could do with the Jetta that kind of hasn't been done. So I have 3 different ideas, and we are gonna talk about the 3 different ideas of what we could do with the Jetta, that Jetta, to really make it worthwhile. But I need to head to the parts store. There is this thing. The timing chain cover, which is here, we've been trying to find for the last few days. It's very difficult to find because this engine's kind of like a amalgamation of a whole bunch of different things. So it's like the top from one engine, the block from another engine, timing gears from other things. It's not easy, especially since I don't know much about cars, but we're learning, right? We're learning. So I'm gonna head to the auto parts store. We're gonna pick that up, and while we're driving, we're gonna talk about the 3 different things of where this Jetta could go. Because look how pretty it is. Look at it. You guys see the steering wheel yet? Look at the steering wheel. Oh, so good. Fuck, I can't wait to get this running. It's gonna be sick. Okay, let's jump in the truck. Oh, I have to grab that part, and we're gonna go talk. Also, before we jump in the truck, check these shoes out. Bam! I would say I'm kind of stylish in my own mind. These shoes take it to the next level. They were a gift for Thanksgiving, and honestly, Crocs have been so damn comfortable, it's hard to take them off. Let's get you in here, let's get you mounted. All right, so a few different ideas. The very first idea I think was kind of like a group effort, and we were thinking about just Volkswagen in general during that time, partnerships with Porsche, and this idea of creating a Porsche themed, kind of like a delivery car. Like, what would the delivery vehicle of a Porsche dealership look like, right? So thinking about trying to get as many Porsche parts for that Jetta as possible. So like, there are wheels from that era that are super sick, and I think a lot of this started from, there was a pair of rough wheels from like the mid 80s that had the same bolt pattern as the Jetta, and I was like, damn, that would be sick. And then it kind of went crazy with like, all right, what is like the GT3, like that checkered flag livery across the side look like on that bike? What if we painted it, or if I got it wrapped in a super legit 911 color from that era? There are so many great colors from the 911 just in general, but so many great colors from like the late 80s, early 90s. Like a cool yellow, or Rough had like that, I'm trying to think of the name of the color. I'll find it and I'll put it in right now, but it's like this pinkish, just stunning. And that was kind of cool. It's like, all right, how many parts could we take off of a Porsche during that time to make that car really look cool? So that was that idea 1. Idea 2, I keep it basically exactly how it is, right? It's cool how it is. It's kind of got that like Stancy boy, fuck boy look, all black. I like those wheels. That's also kind of like the biggest issue right now. Sorry, I'm going. One of the biggest issues right now of this vehicle is that I really like the salad shooters, the wheels off the Corvette on that car, and I can't find anything that like really makes me as excited. Is that a fucking Ford station wagon? The fuck are you? You a Focus wagon? I'm super confused what you are. Do you say Mondeo on you? Sorry, really confused on what this is. What are you? We're driving. No. Ford. I don't know what this says. Why? I don't know what this is. Focus wagon. Is why are there Focus wagons in the States? I didn't think they were a thing in the States. Well, there's one thing. Okay, so yeah, having a really hard time just finding wheels that I like for the Jetta. So part of my mind is like, all right, let's just keep it how it looks now, just get it up and running, cleaner, things like that. Kind of like a boring thought process, but like Led and Lauren, like everyone's done a really good job of just, yeah, that's a fucking Focus wagon. Ugh, in Europe they have the Focus RS wagons. So sick. So fucking sick. So keeping it like that, how it is. And then like option 3 is really fun. And it's kind of like one of my, fuck, do I have a mask? Yeah, I forgot. There's a guy next to me, has a mask on in his car while he's driving. We know what we say about those people. Option 3 is get the car, get it up and running, run it until that shell basically dies, right? It's an older car. It's been taken care of, but it's kind of not like the dream car, but I'm building the engine that is very swappable, very swappable. And I have this idea of like, all right, what are like other cars that I could swap a VR6 with a turbo in? Because it's gonna have like 400 plus horsepower. Like, it's pretty legit. It fits in a TT. There is a RX-7 FC that I've seen online that fits onto. There are, what else can I fit into? I could fit into like a newer Jetta sports wagon. There's just a lot of fun things that I could swap it into, but it comes down to is like, do I want to deal with another engine swap, right? This is already turnkey because the VR6 was already in the Jetta, but putting a VR6 into a new engine, it just seems like a lot of effort, and it's gonna take up a lot of garage space that I honestly don't have. So I don't know if like that is the best idea. It might be one of the easier ideas. Not an easier idea. It might be one of the cooler ideas. But like, this is still my first project car, and I don't know if I want to continue that route. Option 4. Option 4 I really like. If you guys know me, if you follow me on Instagram, if you don't follow me on Instagram, go follow me on Instagram. You know, Instagram.com/BertoniMotors. Same as this channel. I really like the liveries of 80s and 90s DTM vehicles. Really like them. Big, blocky colors, cool writing on top. Just like, it's really cool. Volkswagen never conquested in DTM because Audi was there, or they didn't do it at that time. But some of the liveries coming out of that time was so fucking good. Mercedes had like really good ones. They had a Camel cigarettes. Like, why is smoking so cool? Because it is. They had a Camel cigarettes livery that was so cool, and like the wheels are perfect. And yesterday, a company I follow on Instagram, I don't remember what they are, they're big in the drift scene or customizer scene. They released it was a case swapped Mercedes from like the early 90s with like white and blue livery, and I'll throw that photo up now, and it was so sick, so cool. Yeah, really big fan of how that looks. And I feel like it would make the Jetta look really cool. I would remove everything from the inside except for the seats, except for the 2 seats. And I'd probably take those out and swap them for some like rep ride seats. Cause like, it doesn't matter like what it looks like. It's not like, I'm not gonna track it or anything. But like, if I do track it, you know, fuck. How much weight could I rip out of that car? Like, I don't know how crazy I would go if I just like take everything out. Which I could. I took literally like all the carpet out and everything is just like a bare bones metal chassis, like metal. It'd be fucking light. I bet I could drop it under 2,100 pounds with 400 horsepower. Like, that's some power to weight ratio. This car is getting me really excited right now because I'm gonna be able to smoke some cars that are way more expensive. Not in first gear. I feel like it's gonna have a hard time gaining traction. I don't want to be breaking them axles, but in like second to third, that like 20 to 70 mile range, I'm gonna destroy. I honestly want to, like, one of my biggest goals is like, can I beat a Hellcat from like a rolling stop, rolling 60, rolling mile, rolling, definitely not a rolling mile, but like a rolling stop. What else? That's kind of where I'm at right now. And like, the other option is just like, I get it up and running and then I sell it. when I was looking for my project car last year, like I never thought about like a Volkswagen. It just kind of like happened because a friend owned it and I wanted to keep it because he's moving away. But like my heart's not really in it. I still really want a Japanese car. Whether that be like a BRZ or like a more traditional JDM car from the past. You know, an RX-7 FC, FD, if I can get a 180SX that's not 20 grand because of drift tax, or who the hell knows? There's so many cool options right now. What else? I think that's kind of it, right? We're going to either option 1, keep the car as is. Option 2, sell it. Option 3, take the engine, drop it into something else. Option 4, DTM. I think those are the options. But what are your guys' thoughts? I know I've just been rambling for the last 10 minutes or so, but the car is really cool. Every time I see it, I get excited. It's a daunting task. That's probably the biggest, like, my biggest thought right now is like how big of a task this was and how much it just kind of like pushed me into like the unknowns of dealing with a project car. But it's not terrible. I sometimes wish I still just bought a BRZ and was able to put all the parts in by myself, like 100% of the things, but not many people can say that their very first project car was an engine out, new engine in, turbo, upgrade, all that fun stuff, which is kind of cool. I ain't gonna fucking go in reverse. So, I'm at AutoZone. I'm gonna jump in, I'm gonna grab my part, and that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let me know your thoughts. I don't know why I did that. Ooh. Let me know your thoughts on what we could do with the Jetta. Bye, guys. So this has been like a week and a half process trying to find this. This is a timing cover seal that we took off the VR6, and it's perfectly fine, but I don't want to risk it, right? Because if this goes, you basically have to take the whole engine out.